Welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to be back. I know we talked about our posting schedule and then I kind of dropped off for about 2 weeks. I'm back, I promise. There just was some things figuring out with selling my dad's house that officially is now off the table. If you guys haven't been following us for a while, my dad passed in October of this year. And then, if you followed my story for a really long time, my mom passed about 5 years prior. So now it's at the step where, I had my parents' house still and figuring out their estate. So selling a house, especially with, a little one is difficult. And so finally, as of this past week, we now no longer have the property. So I have a little bit more bandwidth to make videos and come back to YouTube. So I'm really happy to be here. This is going to be our first video back, and we were making a ridiculously easy, no fail yogurt, which I think you guys are really going to love. This yogurt is, like I said, simple, works every single time. So if you've struggled making yogurt in the past, this recipe is for you. You can use an Instant Pot or not. I'm going to talk about a method to not have an Instant Pot to still make this yogurt. And this is the first one of our series. So this is going to be a soy-based yogurt, but if you're allergic to soy, no worries. We're going to have how to do different yogurts that are plant-based down the road. But I'm really excited to share with you guys today. Also, before we get into it, this video is sponsored. So I'm so excited to tell you guys about our new sponsor. So we took on the sponsorship of Wellbeing, which we just love their company. They have delicious whole food plant-based SOS-free items that align with what we promote here. And I will say real quick before we jump into the video that I love these bars so much that we pack them for our hospital stay when I was giving birth to Paul, because I didn't really know with hospital food, and we packed some meals, but I wanted some like snacks. So we packed these bars as snacks, but when we got to the hospital, long story short, my water broke at 2 a.m. We got to the hospital around 5. As soon as they got me all checked into our room, they pretty much tell you like, you can't eat just in case down the road if you need like to have surgery or anything like that. So I really quickly ate 2 Wellbeing bars that you guys will see in this video, and did not eat the rest of my birth. And we end up having Paul at 11:30 that evening, and I had like 5 hours of pushing. Yes, pushing, not just labor, pushing, and it was all powered by Wellbeing bars. So I just wanted to share with you guys that they're delicious. They fuel you. They fueled my birth. And I think you guys are really going to love this company. If you have not heard of them, we do have a 10% off discount code if you want to try it out. It's just Jaroudi. And so you can get 10% off your orders. Make sure you use that. Okay, now we're going to jump into the video. This filming setup is also slightly different. We did an overhead camera for this, and I think that'll make me able to film more regularly because I can film while Paul's around. The audio does not have to be amazing. If the dogs bark or if the babies, or anything like that, I can film and then record these in the evening when Paul goes to bed, the voiceover. So anyway, I think it'll be helpful for you guys to see it up close. And I just want to thank you guys for being here, and let's jump into this really, really easy yogurt recipe. All right, guys, so I'm watching it with you and I'm just going to narrate what's happening. So I got 2 packages from Wellbeing just to kind of show you guys what they offer. And so they come with these really great informational items. They came with, I think there's even a sticker in one of these. So I just love the little add-ins and informational facts. This one was for the muggins, and it came with a recipe as well. And it had 2 silicone little cups to make them. So if you don't want to do it like in a ceramic mug, like a coffee mug, it was really nice that they included those as well. And so this is a perfect, like really easy treat. They had the chocolate cake. There's 2 flavors that they sent us, and it makes 8 muggins each. And so if you're somebody who has a sweet tooth and you want something that's like healthy that you can make up in a matter of seconds, this one definitely is to have. And I think moving into like Easter's coming up, even like the holidays with, we get into summer holidays and whatnot. I think it's really nice to have these on hand so you can grab it anytime you want. And it's definitely, whole food plant-based versus grabbing something that would not be healthy. So I'm really pumped to have these and to try these. So there was a peanut butter flavored one, and then I think it was the chocolate cake as well. And so, yeah, so I just wanted to share with you guys, they have like lots of things to offer. I think people generally only think of the bars. And I love this. They had the Dr. Greger Daily Dozen on the back for you guys to put in your refrigerator or, anywhere you need to see it. So that was really awesome as well if they include that. But they include about all the beans and, different things they put in their product, which I just love that they have beans. Okay, and then this was my second package as well. And that's the sticker. Sticker is really cute. I'm going to put it on, we have a table that I work downstairs with a walking treadmill. I'm going to put it on the table. Yeah, I just love the packaging, was really nice. These nuggets are super cute, and I wanted to include these into the yogurt. So I'm going to show you guys in a little bit, but there's half a serving of beans in them, and same with the bars whenever you go to have them. But this is the chocolate peanut butter flavor. And then they also sent me the chocolate chip cookie dough, which I'm really excited to try. And you can think of these, I'm going to show them as I open them, but you can think of them as like little versions of the bars as well. And then look, I got very, very lucky that the company is amazing. And look how many they sent me, I believe 2 in every flavor that they have. So I'm going to share some of my favorite flavors. They're all delicious though. I definitely recommend getting a variety pack so you can try them all out, but I'm just kind of like organizing them. But Mark was very excited to see how many they sent us because he also loves these and takes them to work. So this is the peanut butter crunch, which I'll show you guys my favorite in a minute, but that's definitely on it. The chocolate chip walnut, as I'm pointing to it, is definitely a favorite. That's so good. And we love having these. These are things that we take traveling on road trips. We're going to go to the beach with Paul pretty soon. Coming up here, we have our first family vacation, and so these will be on there. But I'm definitely going to buy a pack of them to have, but they're just so great. Mark takes them to work every once in a while. If he has like a really long day that he has to travel with his job, he has to travel to different steel mills. So sometimes he likes to take these. The superfood one is really good as well. They're all really good. I mean, it's really hard to pick your favorite. The almond fudge brownie is the one that powered my labor. So I'm, it's a little nostalgic for me. So I would say these two are very like, if you love chocolate, these are my jam. The peanut butter crunch too. It's hard to pick favorites, but these 3 are definitely top. And then the sunflower fig bar is really good. The lemon poppy seed one is kind of a unique flavor. So if you like lemon, that's definitely a good one as well. But you can get a variety pack. I definitely recommend that. And then these, again, are newer. The nuggets, they're a little bit smaller, but they're great to incorporate in a recipe like the yogurt that we're going to go to today. But big thank you for them sponsoring today's video. I really love working with companies that are whole food plant-based, that are small businesses. 2 women run this company, and they put a lot of love and heart into it. And so I was just really honored when they wanted to work with me. But these are the nuggets that you could take out. I believe 3 is a serving. So you could chop these up and incorporate them in lots of different ways. And we're going to do that at the very end of our yogurt recipe, because our yogurt we're going to make is plain today. But it's really nice to have this to kind of change it up. And both of the different ones, flavors would work great with us. The chocolate chip cookie dough or that chocolate peanut butter one. You also could just take a bar and chop it up to make it like more of a complete like breakfast. Okay, so into the ridiculously easy, you can't mess up yogurt recipe. So this is going to be a little bit different. You take a 14-ounce block of tofu. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but you also put a cup of water in. And then we do 2 tablespoons of date paste. And you're going to get 2 capsules of a vegan probiotic. Okay. Or you could save half a cup from your next batch that you make and add it in. But I just buy vegan probiotics. And I'll list ones that I like down below in the comments as well, in the show notes. But really, any vegan probiotic will work. I recommend doing 2 capsules to ensure that it works. I've tried it with 1, I've tried it with 2. We want this to be a no fail. I don't want anyone to ever open your Instant Pot or open your container that you're going to make your yogurt in if you're not using Instant Pot and be disappointed. It works every time. Just do 2. Okay, so this is me. Just make sure you can open them. So this is the 2 capsules for the probiotic. And again, if you want specifically what we've done, I'll list a bunch down below. I've used different brands over the years. As long as it's live and well, the 2 will work. You just unscrew the top and you can add it in. If you forget to add into your blender, you also can stir it in at the end. Either way works. You can't mess up this recipe. It's ridiculously easy. Okay, so the reason I went to tofu. So before, if you watched our old video on making yogurt, I used a specific type of soy milk. Really, it was only 2 brands that worked the best. And not everyone can find those. And to be honest, even myself had trouble finding them. I'd have to drive like an hour to get them. Sometimes it gets expensive. I was thinking about it one day and I was like, what if we just kind of went to tofu? And this works so well. So you can use extra firm, even silken to make this recipe, 14-ounce container of it. I will say that if you use firm or extra firm, you're going to get more like Greek yogurt, thicker. If you use silken, it's going to be thin. So depending on your level of thickness you want, today I used extra firm in this, will depend which one you pick. Okay, very simple. The goal to make sure it's nice and smooth is to blend the heck out of it. So you want to let it go like I'm doing right now until it's nice and smooth. It'll obviously take a little bit longer the more firm your tofu is. But you can use high protein tofu, anything you want. Now, this is specific to soy tofu that we're using today. We will make videos on how to do this with other things coming up soon. So if you have a soy allergy, just hang tight. Try some well-being bars in the meantime. But this is, again, super easy. If you can have tofu and you like tofu, this is perfect. It just tastes like yogurt. Doesn't even taste like tofu when you get done with it. Okay, so you're going to blend all that. So then you're going to go grab an Instant Pot. Now, if you don't have an Instant Pot, you can still make this. You just need a container that is insulated. So like a really nice lunchbox that's insulated for around 14 hours, keeping things warm is perfect. You would grab that. You would boil some water or heat up some water on your stove. You want to use a thermometer and make sure it's between 100 and 110. And then you would pour that into the insulated bag. And this mixture here, you would pour into a jar with a lid, and you would set that in your bag, and you would zip it up and you'd set a timer. Okay, we're going to do the same idea with the Instant Pot. So again, you can do this without an Instant Pot or with an Instant Pot, whatever you'd like. Okay, now for the Instant Pot, I clean my Instant Pot really well. So sterilize your jars, your Instant Pot, whatever you're using. And you can pour it into a glass jar and put it into your Instant Pot, but I've just been dumping it straight in. Okay, it's clean, it's ready to go, and that's perfect. It's one less thing for me to do, and then I'm going to show you guys how I kind of zhuzh up my yogurt that we store it, but this is really easy for us. So again, you don't even have to grab anything else. Clean Instant Pot, you can pour it right in. Okay, if you have an insulated bag, use jars. Or if you want to use jars, you can. Either way, it's totally fine. We're not adding any water, anything else. This Instant Pot is going to come up to temp when we hit the yogurt section. We want it to be around 100 to 110 degrees to ferment and make our yogurt. Okay, so again, really important to make sure your water temp, if you're doing it in the coolers, is the same, and the yogurt button on the Instant Pots already do it. But it's ridiculously easy. Now to this, you can experiment. If you want vanilla yogurt, you can add vanilla powder. If you want to add different spices, you can do that. I like to leave it plain because we sometimes use our yogurt to do like sauces or like, different ways. Not always do we go sweet with it. So most times when I do this, I just do it plain. The time is going to be around anywhere from 12 to 14 hours. The less time you do, the less tang it'll have, the more tang. So if you like your yogurt a little bit tangy, do 14 hours. A little bit less can be 12, but anywhere in there, you'll be good to go. And that's the same if you do it in the bag. Now, I grew up and had fruit on the bottom yogurt my whole childhood. Definitely not healthy, so much sugar in it. So I do kind of this, like, obviously a healthy version of it. And so that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. So that is 12 ounces or a cup and a half of either you can do fresh or frozen fruit. I have some frozen pitted cherries here. I have 2 tablespoons of date paste that we made, and we have a video on how to make date paste, of course, up above. I'll link it on YouTube. So we're just going to kind of let that sit together. We're going to cook it on, medium high heat. And all of the liquid from the berries or whatever fruit you use are going to come out, and it's going to make a really thick jam is what our end goal is. So again, we're making the fruit on the bottom homemade style. This is kind of an extra bonus recipe for you guys. I love it with the cherries, but we've done it with strawberries, raspberries. You can do tropical fruit. It doesn't really matter. Whatever fruit you'd like, you definitely can do this. You can do this with even like apples in the fall is really nice. So we just kind of change it up, but you just want to let it go. It's going to come to like a simmer, and you're going to see it cook down. How long you go depends on your preference. If you want to really make it, thinned out where you don't have chunks of fruit, you can do it for less time. If you want it to be, I like to have them like, obviously it's going to be soft, but I like some pieces of the cherries to still be kind of intact. So you'll see that I kind of do like a mix in between, but you can let it go for a long time as well. Now I'm just using my induction top so you guys can see it on camera, but you just do this over the stove and you'll be ready to go. But you can see it kind of all the liquid starts to come out. And it should smell really fragrant. It's really delicious. This is just how we make jam in general, so you can save this. This also is nice because this does a somewhat small amount of yogurt. So if you're looking to only have yogurt like for the week, this is really awesome. I never have stuff left over. I usually don't have the 1/4 of a cup to make a next batch. If you have a large family, you might want to double this recipe as well, just to keep in mind. I'm more of a yogurt eater than Mark is, so I tend to be making this for myself throughout the week or using it in other ways. So you can see it really starting to boil. That's perfect. That's what we're looking for. It's simmering. Every once in a while, you can go in and give it a nice mix so nothing burns, but it's really a delicious, easy jam. So if you need a jam or compote for nice cream, if you're making, Mark's favorite is to do like an almond butter and jelly sandwich. We use this for it a lot. And you can even take a potato masher and like slightly mash it if you want it to be, especially the cherries are a little bit larger. If you use frozen cherries, you can kind of mash it down a little bit more. But I actually like the pieces of fruit, especially for the yogurt. So you're going to let that simmer. Once it's cooked down to where you want it, you're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. You're going to see me do that in a second. And then I like to use the zest of whatever citrus that you have. So in goes that lemon juice. We didn't have any lemons. I used the zest for something else in a recipe, but I actually had an orange. So this actually is really nice to do. So if you don't have lemons, don't worry. Any citrus works great. If you don't have it, you can always leave that part out as well, the zest, but it really does pack a lot of additional flavor. So anytime I have it, I make sure to add. So I'm just going to really quick zest up some orange. I've turned off the heat as well. And then to help thicken it as well on top of that is we're going to do some chia seeds. Now, if you don't like whole chia seeds, they're going to soak up. This rests. We let this rest in the refrigerator. Usually I do this the night before I put it on our yogurt. So it's kind of like a chia seed pudding where the chia seeds kind of plump up a little bit. But if you get them stuck in your teeth or you're not a fan, you can use ground chia seeds if you want. Or you can even throw in some flax seeds that are ground, not whole flax seeds, ground flax seeds if you're going to do it that way. Or even hemp hearts. For me, it's an additional way of getting in some omega-3s, kind of a sneaky way. And so I just always add them to jam. So it helps thicken it. Again, it's going to get all mixed in. You can use black or white, it doesn't matter. Again, these are whole chia seeds I'm doing for ours, but you can use ground if you want. And we're just going to give that a nice stir. Now this is still warm. Generally speaking, I let this cool completely before I move it to a glass container. I filmed this last night, so I was up pretty late making this whenever I got done with the video. So I really quickly, you're going to see how good skills I have, because I did not get one drop of cherry on my counter, but let it cool before you move it to a container. Don't be like me in this video. I just was kind of like trying to get to bed after filming this. So I grab these little like mason jar containers. Now I love these because they have the lids attached and they all are nice and sealed. You also can use, we're going to show you guys whenever I go to put them in, there's a different kind of mason jar I also use to store the yogurt, fruit on the bottom yogurt. That's also great, but these ones are perfect for doing jam, but really carefully over a sink, I would say. Move your jam to a container. But it's so delicious. It should smell amazing with that zest and a little bit of that lemon juice. It really is nice and fragrant at this point. So see, I did so good. Didn't spill anything. So proud of myself. So I pop on the lid. This goes into the refrigerator overnight. So it's been 14 hours. We're ready to see our yogurt. So it's the next day. Our yogurt button has went off. I pulled out that refrigerated jam. You can see it's set up so nice. It's nice and thick. And I have a bunch of little tiny mason jars here with some lids. I always buy wide mouth mason jars. And then I can use the lids on like various sizes because they can use it on any wide mouth. These are the perfect little tiny containers. I use this all the time for Paul's, our baby's food, but I also love them for yogurt. So they come in different, you can get them like in white or different colors. So sometimes what I do if I'm really organized is I'll use like a white lid and just put our yogurt in. So again, if I want to use it for savory or something else, or if I make different fruits, or, you know, maybe I add a well-being bar to one of them, maybe it's Mark's, he's like having it as a quick breakfast out the door. I want to make it more of a meal. So I'll chop up a well-being bar and add it. But anyway, this looks perfect. So you're going to see like a tiny bit of water in it. It's supposed to separate slightly, but still be thick. And again, this is a fail-proof way. You cannot mess this up if you follow the directions. It's super easy. You're going to have yogurt. And remember, again, 12 hours to 14 hours. 14 hours is going to be more tangy, more of that strong yogurt flavor than 12. So what I like to do most times is I like to do a little fruit in the bottom, nostalgicness that's healthy. So I put a little bit of that compote that we made yesterday, and then I'm going to fill the rest of it up with yogurt. And that is it. I like to do this ahead of time. You can label them if you want. If you have kids, they really will love this. It's just a really nice way. Now, it doesn't have to be on the bottom. It can be on the top. It can be however you want. You can have it separate. But look how thick that yogurt is. Oh my gosh. So good. It lasts up to about a week in the refrigerator, sometimes a little bit longer. Make sure you smell test, make sure it looks good if it's going longer than a week. But we love this. Again, so much easier. You don't have to hunt down a specific brand of soy milk. This works with all tofu. We get an organic tofu when we do it. 14 ounces is usually what the blocks come in. Super easy. And then you have healthy fruit on the bottom, yogurt. That is fail proof. And you can see here, like I try to spin it so you can see how thick it is. So it's kind of like moving away from the glass. That's the Greek style yogurt you're looking for that everyone always asks. Remember, how firm of tofu you get is how thick it'll be. So I recommend extra firm to firm. Silken is a little bit thinner, but if that's your preference in yogurt, it's there for you. So again, you can make your little jars. It makes a reasonable amount. It doesn't make enough that you're going to have tons and tons and tons left over. It makes a really nice size. And I just love having it. So again, you can pre-portion your sizes out here, or you can freeze it. You can have it. I don't usually ever freeze yogurt, but every once in a while, if I made like a lot, you can freeze it, but you can put it all in the containers, like I said, with your fruit or without, however you want to do it. But just to kind of show you before the video ends, I also added a well-being bar to it, a little well-being nugget, which is just really fun. Again, you can chop it up. You can chop up a bar, add it in. It'll give you a little bit of more of a complete meal, I find, instead of a snack. And I think you guys are going to love this one. So again, we will see you guys next time. I'm going to go to the outro, but make sure you leave us a comment and let me know how the yogurt went. It is literally foolproof. It'll work every time, I promise. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos. And I will see you guys real soon for the next one. And thank you to our sponsorship from Wellbeing. We adore the company and look forward to working with them in the future. If you want to see any videos that highlight like a specific item that we showed today, maybe how we incorporate it in our life, please let us know in the comments and I will definitely do that soon. All right. I will see you guys very soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Thank you.